Hello and welcome to part 3 of my land tutorial series. This section is just a quick tutorial on land settings, my top tips and recommendations. First tip I always recommend, going to the world menu at the top of your screen and down to show more and then tick property lines. This just makes life a whole lot easier by showing the boundary of the parcel you are dealing with. First of all, we're going to look at region land settings. This is like having God powers. For region settings, go into World and find region details, or Alt-R as a shortcut. Changes can only be made in here by the estate owner and anyone who has been added to the estate access. My top tip here would be that if you're allowing groups or people who buy your land the ability to edit terrain, it would be a good idea to limit how high and how low they can go. On mainland, I've always seen it as a maximum and minimum of 4 meters. This just avoids people making the land ridiculously high or ridiculously low. Also, if you want to know how to use the environment settings, I recommend you watch my tutorial on Windlight, which I will link at the end of this video. Next tip is to turn on show parcel permissions so that when you enter parcel you can instantly see what settings it has. So you just right click on the title bar and it brings up all the options that you have. Tick show parcel permissions, and on this parcel you can see you can't res objects, and also you can't see avatars outside the parcel and vice versa, they can't see it. Also, local chat on channel 0 is blocked. And as a side note, another option that I find really useful is to show favourites bar. This brings up all the landmarks in your favourites folder onto your viewer. If you wanted to add another landmark, you just simply click, hold and drag. You can even swap the order around by clicking and dragging it to where you want it in the list. Okay, on to land settings. You can get to these in 3 ways: by right clicking on the land, going about land, or up to your world menu, go down to parcel details, or if you're on Firestorm viewer, they have this handy little button up here, land. Couple of tips under options. Under build, you can either have everyone or group res, but say you only wanted certain members of the group to be able to res. You can do that by unchecking group, go into the group profile under members, then roles, then pick the role you want to give permissions to res, scroll down the abilities to parcel powers, then enable always allow create objects. The landing point option is if you want visitors to land at a certain point on your parcel, and to do that you go to the spot you want them to land and just simply click set. Teleport routing landing point means that landmarks made in other areas of your parcel won't work. When they use them, they will still end up at the landing point. If you want landmarks to be allowed to be made in other areas, you just need to change teleport routing to anywhere. Another useful setting to have enabled is under sounds. Restricting voice and restricting media on a prim to the parcel means that people outside the area can't hear you talking or listen to your TV going. And my very last tip is experiences. This is a good one to use if you have furniture and you want props to auto attach rather than asking the permissions first. And the 2 most common ones are AvSitter, and that's for furniture you sit on that has prop attachments, and Caroline Planer, and that's for objects that have attachments to them, for example a coffee machine. And that is the end of the tutorial. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more tutorials, please give this a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified of part 3, and that will be on how to divide your land into parcels. Until next time, take care and stay virtual.